of the Geico Lucas Oil Top Fuel car, picks up his second career win here in the rookie season to go with Englishtown. Becomes the 26th different Top Fuel winner in the history of the U.S. Nationals. Second consecutive win for Morgan Lucas Racing, come on the heels of Morgan winning Brainerd a couple of weeks ago. And they told me you were on the phone with your parents. What did you say? What did they say? That's where we're going to start.
Actually, yeah, I was just on the phone with my dad, and he said he's had a pretty sleepless night. He's been up on the internet and trying to pay attention. He didn't want to call me any sooner and bug me and throw me out of my rhythm, so I just gave him a call, and man, he's ecstatic. So I had to cut the call off short, but I'll be calling him back here in a while and talking to him and my mom, and you know, this is just so awesome to have their support.
It was just such an amazing day, but I want to start with the final round, if you don't mind. You and Steve Torrance, 2 weeks ago in Brainerd, you and Steve Torrance first round, he took you out at your sponsor's race. You get to come back and get your revenge in the best possible way on the biggest possible stage. Do you keep score? Do you think about that stuff?
Yeah, you know, Steve is one of my great friends out here, and he beat me on a hole shot in Brainerd at the boss's race, as you said, at the Lucas Oil Racing Brainerd. So, you know, I owed him one, and but bottom line is he and I both said before we made that run, like, let's just go have fun. It's pretty awesome. He and I got to share a final round here at Indianapolis. You know, 60th U.S. Nationals at Indy is just a huge race, and honestly, if I would have been runner-up, I probably would have been, you know, almost as happy, because it's been a fantastic weekend for the NHRA team, and the Geico car couldn't put a foot wrong. You know, running 70s all weekend long. It's just so much fun to drive right now.
I assure you, you wouldn't have been close to as happy if you don't believe me. Go see Steve right now. In Englishtown, your first win, you mentioned the fact that pulling up to the starting line, you still look around and go, I can't believe that's whoever is in the other lane. Do you feel like a member of the club now that you've had a few more races under your belt and another win?
I feel a little more worthy, but I tell you what, man, you know, I'm a long way from where I grew up, sitting on the couch and trying to read national drags, to which I got about a week late, and keep up on what's going on over here in the NHRA. But you know, to get to drive such a great race car for a great family and great sponsors, and roll up here into the water box and look at my peers around waiting to watch the final, it's just still blows my mind. So I don't think that feeling's ever going to go away from me, because it's just been such a long road from where I came from to where I'm at right now, and I'm just, you know, so excited that I get to compete with the best guys in the world.
Questions for Richie? Stan?
Was there ever a point in your early life, as you were digging through all the old, week-old newspapers and everything, where in your youthful mind you could imagine yourself as the winner of the U.S. Nationals?
No, honestly, I never dreamt it would ever really happen. You know, I always wanted to get an opportunity to drive a Top Fuel dragster just once. You know, I said just once I'd love to drive one of them cars. They're so cool and so fast, and you know, once you drive them once, you want to drive them some more, and once you win a round, you want to win a race, and you know, so on and so forth. But no, not in my wildest dreams growing up over there did I ever think that I'd be sitting here talking to you guys right now, just winning Indianapolis.
So now that you've won the U.S. Nationals, your heart says win the championship, right? That's next on the list.
Yeah, you know, that's it's kind of, it seems weird for me to talk about a championship as a rookie driver. Obviously, we're desperate to finish out the year strongly for everyone involved, and I got my eyes set on that AAA Road to the Future award. So that's priority, and you know, if we can continue to keep this race car running like Aaron has it running right now, we should be able to continue to go rounds at the last 6 races and put a real dent in that top 10 and see where we end up.
I'm sure you can't hear the crowd reaction in your car, but when you won the matchup with Schumacher, the place went nuts. Can you just talk about that matchup against like the King of Indy and the significance of getting into this final and win?
Yeah, so, you know, racing him in the final of the Traxxas shootout was, you know, it was, I knew we would have to do well to get around him, because as you said, he is kind of the king of Indianapolis, so I think this would have been his 10th. You know, so you keep that in your mind every time you line up against Schumacher, but I think the fans got a great race, not only during the Traxxas shootouts, but here today also. I think every round was tight, and you know, racing against Schumacher, you got to be on your game, because it's the U.S. Army car, and they own this place, it seems like. So that's pretty cool. You know, the fans erupted when we were able to get around him, but you know, just super lucky to have the opportunity to race against someone like him.
Did you know right away that you'd beaten them, or did it take a few seconds for that to tell you, that the crew had to tell you, hey, you did beat him, or did you know you had him in there?
Well, I was probably about 700 or 800 feet, and I was staring a hole through that wind light on the guardrail down in my lane, and obviously as soon as we won, I saw that wind light come on, and you know, that there was a huge victory, just getting around Schumacher, and Sean also. You know, every round today was so tight, as you know, and you know, there's not much that can compare to when that wind light comes on in your lane.
Let me ask you one more question and we'll let you go if nobody has any others. You are the U.S. Nationals top fuel champion. Tell me what you do next week.
I got no idea, man. This isn't going to sink in for quite a while, but you know, when I won Englishtown, I was number 100 on that list of all-time top fuel winners.
He was the 100th, for those of you who don't know. He was the 100th different top fuel winner when he won Englishtown. Yeah,
you know, a few days after the event, I looked at that list of the legends that had won top fuel in you know, the history of top fuel, and then to win the 60th U.S. Nationals, I think I'm going to look at that list and just, it's surreal to think that my name's on that list with people like Garlitz and Prudhomme and, you know, Schumacher. So,
you'll see Schumacher a number of times on that list. Just
yeah, but I don't know, next week, you know, I'm just going to enjoy my time and try and soak this all up and, you know, come out strong in Charlotte.
You've already heard from one Australian who obviously was extremely pleased you won this race. Do you expect to hear from any of your other natives from Australia?
Absolutely. It's around 7:30 a.m. in my hometown right now, so they're just now waking up, and I think there'll be a few more phone calls and texts to go through, and you know, it's going to be pretty cool.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you had a new car built for this weekend. Is there anything different in that mechanically to your last car that might have helped this weekend?
No, you know, my car and Morgan's car, they're everything's identical except the roll cage height. So, you know, we just brought out some fresh tubing. Basically, the bottom line is a brand new car works a little better than an old car, and you know, everything else is just how we've been running it up until this point. We obviously did some testing and R&D to get to this point in the season, and it's paying dividends. You know, Aaron Brooks has got a on a string right now, and it's just so much fun to get in the car and know that it's probably going to go down the racetrack and run really fast.
We'll turn you loose to celebrate. One last little U.S. Nationals fact. After a decade of either Tony Schumacher or Larry Dixon dominating this race, you are the third first-time Indy winner in the last 4 years. Antoine Brown, Shawn Langdon, and you in the last 4 years.
Yeah, that's some good company. I mean, yeah, wow. I still can't believe my name's on that list, so thanks, Al.
Congratulations.